Welcome to Let's Play Kingdom Hearts 2. This is part 6. Last time, we returned to Sora's body and are on a quest to find Riku and the king. On the way, we met Pete, guy who's controlling Heartless, something we thought were gone. But he's pretty dumb, so I'm not worrying about him. And we're on the way up this tower to meet Yen Sid, somebody that Donald and Goofy know. But I don't. Or at least Sora doesn't. I know everything. This room always confused me. At least earlier on. See, when you use lock-on, you know, your camera can go all crazy and turn whichever way it wants. And I would always forget which door I came in. They do color the doors, you know, so it's green and blue. So you know, you should pay attention. You exit through the green door. Also, I think this cutscene actually points you in the right direction. Well, you know, there you go. So I guess I was just dumb when I started playing this game the first time. Anyway, so we're just gonna keep heading up this tower. This is a gigantic tower. I mean, look at the size of it. It did not nearly look this big on the outside. This is like Doctor Who's police box, where it's bigger on the inside than the outside. And I gotta say, you can see the other staircases that you can travel up through from here, which is really cool. Yen Sid is really misusing the space here. There's so much empty room. You know, he could have put a lot more in this tower, but instead he's like, nope, I'm putting a ground floor, 2 empty middle floors that are just round and empty like this, and then my office. You know. But, you know, I'm not going to question him. He's a wise guy. Maybe, he knows something I do not. Maybe he's got, like, secret rooms that only he can access through powerful magic. So these are soldiers. I think this is the first time they've shown up in the game. They have that quick reaction command right there called Cyclone. I'm not sure exactly what allows you to use it. You know, it sort of pops up with the ability to use it. I'm sure they do some sort of stance, but it's a very short window, and there's typically so many other enemies on the screen, I can't tell exactly what they're going to do. So I typically just sort of, I wouldn't say mash, but just tap the triangle button every now and then, just in case it pops up.
We're on the job then.
So the worlds aren't at peace after all?
No, and they never will be. Just like real life. Also, if the worlds were at peace, we wouldn't have another game to play. So it's a, you know, you gotta think ahead, Sora. So I think this is the last staircase before his office. This episode, unfortunately, is gonna be kind of like episode 1. It's just gonna be like cutscene. These cutscenes, I think, are at least a little more enjoyable because you actually learn things. It's like one of the few parts in the actual game where they just flat out tell you things. You know, a lot of the stuff I told you in Roxas' story was just kind of goofy little side story things to sort of introduce you to Roxas, Twilight Town, and a few other things. What you're gonna learn here is actually important to the franchise. A little bit of it's recap, but they do teach you new things, and they're finally gonna explain those white, you know, slender, stretchy enemies earlier. Yeah, Sora, be respectful. I'm gonna yell at you in front of my master because I'm respectful.
So, you are Sora. Now then, have you seen the king yet?
Yes, we did, Master, but we didn't get a chance to talk to him.
They didn't really try to talk to him though. In Master Yen Sid's defense, I mean, he said, "Hey, get on the train," and then they left, and they didn't follow him. I mean, I guess they were told to get on the train, and they did, but they didn't try to talk to him at all.
You have a perilous journey ahead of you. You must be well prepared.
You mean we have to go on another quest?
He seems kind of upset. We have to go on another quest? But, you know, last part, he said, "Hey guys, let's go on another adventure." You know, he seemed happy then, but not now.
Sora is connected.
It's okay, Sora. The journey you wanted and this journey all ended the same.
Whether you will
it's all what you
return
want
alone or with your friend. And whether or not the islands will still be there. And the key.
Weird thing about Organization 13 is that, I mean, I know they control Heartless and Nobodies and all that stuff, but they don't really have like a master threat. I mean, they have a plan, which you will learn, but they don't have like a huge threat like Ansem did. Ansem wanted to consume the world in darkness. That was his plan. Organization 13 has somewhat more of a... They have a more noble plan, I guess, but their plan goes wrong because they can't feel emotions, and that therefore took them, you know, they did things that weren't necessarily right because of that. Oh no, it's a book.
This book contains valuable knowledge you will need for your journey.
So I've read this book, you know, in like a couple of my playthroughs. You don't have to. It's all just nonsense. It's just...
We will speak of the enemy.
It's all like poetry and allegory and effects, and it's all supposed to mean something if you really think about it, but not really. So this big box, if you ever come upon a huge box like that, there's a map in it. Let us go to that. I'm not going to read the book. Books are boring with a capital B. Actually, I take that back. It's a lowercase b because capital letters are exciting. Anyway, I'm really angry about books right now. I'm in college and I had to buy books for my next semester recently. And oh my gosh, I had to buy like 8 books and it cost me so many hundreds of dollars. College is expensive, man. I hate, and like 4 of those books I know are stupid, and I'm probably just gonna skim through without even caring.
In a single heart, it will be difficult to eliminate them.
Gorge, that must mean if everybody's heart was full of light, them heartless would go away.
They all seem pretty happy when he says that. That seems very hard thing to do. If everyone was perfect, we'd all be okay. Well, yeah, but no one's perfect. That's the problem with the world. So, you seem excited about making the whole world a perfect place.
If one such as you, Donald, yields to the darkness in their heart, they too will become heartless. But you know this.
Haha, Donald, you only became a shadow.
The heartless are always lurking and ever seeking to capture new hearts. Never let
So,
your
funny
guard
thing.
down.
Those things are called heartless, right? But don't they contain hearts? Isn't that like you'll learn that they contain hearts, and when you kill them with your Keyblade, you release the hearts? I mean, I'm not sure why they would be called heartless if they have
they leave behind
hearts.
begins to act with a will of its own. An empty vessel whose heart has been stolen away. A spirit.
I mentioned in part 2 how I love how these new nobodies fit within the lore of the franchise, and this right here is why. It is just so cool. Strong-willed person, the body like moves on its own. They mention that they do not exist, which is weird because they exist enough to punch me and kick the crap out of me, but not enough to feel emotion apparently. I never understood why they kept focusing on they don't exist. Yes, Sora. Sora's really good at copying what somebody said like 5 seconds ago.
You see before you is known as
They've never really mentioned why they don't exist and why that's important. I mean, having no heart, I understand that. They can't feel emotion because of that. But why is it the fact that they don't exist? Why is that an important detail?
On your journey, you will meet an alarming number of dusks. They will all
Actually, you don't. You really don't meet that many nobodies in this game.
Still, they are nothing but empty
Which is a shame. And after you've pretty much completed the story and pretty much gotten up to the final battle, nobodies only appear in like what, 2 worlds? They're really rare, unfortunately. Because I really like fighting them.
The beings you see
So this is the organization. I know they keep calling it Organization 13. I'm going to just call it the organization, as I've talked about before. I like, if you look, all the coats are different. Like you can see the one on the left is slimmer with pointier like shoulder pads, you know? I believe that's Axel. The one in the middle I think is Xemnas, and the one on the right I'm just going to guess is Saix. I really don't know. But I believe that's who those 3 are. You can tell who all of them are by their coat, and
and it seems they are working.
It was funny
towards
because
a goal.
in Kingdom Hearts Chain of
What that
Memories,
goal
there was no
is,
voice,
we do
so you
not
couldn't
know.
tell who they were with the coat on, and they
King
didn't like
sensed
differentiate the
danger
difference between the coats there.
and journeyed
But when you played
forth to
Re
fight
Chain of
it.
Memories, you could. Their voices were there, so you could learn who they were once they took the helmet, or not the helmet, sorry, the hood off. And once they did that, when you replayed it, you could like recognize the voice when they had their hood up, and therefore you could recognize the shape of their hood and cloak. So you can tell who all of them are, even with their hoods up, in the end. You won't be able to on your first playthrough, but in the end you definitely
Well, we
can.
won't know till we look.
Yeah, and the king must know where Riku is, because the two of them were together in the realm of darkness when we closed the door. You know, after defeating Ansem.
So, before you go, you will need more suitable traveling clothes.
Yeah.
Those look a bit too
Again,
small
I
for
love
you.
how characters grow
Through
up
there,
in
you'll
this
find
game.
3
Why can't
fairies.
that happen
If
more
you ask,
often?
they'll
My
create
goodness.
for you appropriate garments.
Again,
Sure,
Pokemon,
Sora.
Ash,
Sure are
grow
growing
up.
fast.
In fact, there are even several instances. I think
Yes.
like the little mini-movie before the... is it the Pokemon 2000 or whatever, the one with Entei and the Unknown? Before that movie, like they have a little Pikachu video, and they say, oh hey, it's been a year since we've met. But then, again, he's still 10, so I don't understand. The timeline's all messed up. I want people to grow up. Like in Assassin's Creed, you can tell Ezio ages, you know? He's like a young boy in 2, he's like a young man in Brotherhood, and in Revelations he's like 50, so he's getting up there in age. It's really cool how they do that. I love it. Same thing with Altair in Revelations. He ages. Aging is okay, game developers. It's okay. Okay, so there's a box in here. Okay. These mirrors. These are really cool mirrors. Let me look at so that's like strength and magic, and this is abilities, and this is ultimate power, and this is darkness. Okay, I'm gonna start the cutscene and talk about those mirrors. Oop, closer. So these clothes give you the power to change into forms and allow you to dual wield weapons, with the exception of Wisdom. That's only one. But they give you new powers, and these powers are really cool. They're a really fun addition to the game. I wish you could use them more often than they allow you. But those mirrors tell you exactly what those powers are, and you will not know this before you play this game, before you beat the game.
No, that will never do.
Or at least until you get all the forms. So the first one you'll get, Sora turns red, and that's Valor form, and that one focuses on speed and strength. And then the second one, you turn blue, that is Wisdom form, and it focuses on your powers of magic. The third one gives you new abilities, is kind of magic-based, and is really fast. And then the unleashing the final power is the final form, which is awesome. It's fast, it's magic. You switch to that thing, and just watching yourself fight is amazing. You are just a total boss. And then the darkness one is a weird
All right then.
a weird form where if you use drive forms too much, you'll eventually turn into like a Heartless yourself for a while. You can't heal, and it just sucks. I'll talk about it more. I'm sure it's going to happen to me eventually. But those forms tells you all the forms right there. They just don't tell you right off the bat.
Oh yeah.
Love these new clothes. They're
Very
awesome.
refreshing.
And this teaches you, boys and girls, that when you take red, green, and blue together, you get that color. What all the different colors of his outfit. You know, I think there's like a weird, like a bluish color, and then a red. There's no green, so that green fairy just got screwed. She should be mad. So that orb, that's another like drop that enemies have. They can drop, you know, they drop HP, money, magic, bubbles. Now they drop those drive orbs, which replenish a gauge, and when they you know, forms.
Journey's going to be twice as difficult as your last.
Think again. Drives require you to, you know, they take like drive points and to use and all that stuff. So I think they take 3
Discover what they are.
whenever you use one. So that weapon there, I think it's called the Star Seeker.
I'll do my best.
We'll find out.
Thanks a lot.
It's a decent Keyblade. It's better, at least in the beginning. It's better than the Kingdom Key. I think it's a little more powerful, but it increases your air combo by 1. Yeah, okay. Star Seeker. It's a Valor form. Yay! Oh, also the drive forms consume one of your allies. Valor and Wisdom consume one. Valor consumes Goofy. Wisdom consumes Mickey, and both Master, Valor, and Darkness consume both allies. Anyway, you cannot equip that Keyblade. As much as you try, you cannot equip it. If you can, and I'm just dumb, tell me. Please, in the comments, tell me. Because it automatically puts it in your Valor, like, second Keyblade slot. You can tell what your second Keyblade is for each form. So it automatically fits it in your Valor coin. So you can't remove it and put nothing there, then swap it with your Kingdom Key, and put your Kingdom Key in the Valor form, so you have a better Keyblade from the start. And then, I think the second Keyblade you get is in the Land of Dragons, and it's better than the Star Seeker. At least, for me it is. So I never use the Star Seeker, just because it won't let me. I would use it, but it doesn't let me. Unfortunately. Yeah, so they mentioned this in the last game, that, oh no, the worlds are now separate, so how the heck are we gonna get around? You know, Leon said the whole thing with, we'll never see each other again, but we'll never forget each other, blah blah blah. But, conveniently enough, the worlds have prepared new pathways. Every game has new pathways. The first one, like the walls between worlds were blocked by the powers of darkness are broken, and here they have these new paths that have no explanation whatsoever. And then in Birth by Sleep they have the lanes in between, which, like, that one world can just unlock, and then in 358 over 2 days you just go through Corridors of Darkness, which he's mentioned already.
Our hearts are connected.
Yes, Sora, again, really good at saying things that people said 5 seconds ago. Really good at repeating things. Yen Sid has one of the coolest voices ever. Be warned. He just has that deep, slow, he's an amazing voice.
They may be attempting to link these dark pathways to the gates between the worlds.
How does that feel?
Yeah, it is, Donald. If I can travel to the worlds and the enemies can travel to the worlds, we're both on a level playing field. That is fair.
Sora, Donald, and Goofy. Everyone
Go
is
forth.
waiting.
I would like to go forth.
Okay,
It's been,
let's
what,
get going.
almost 18 minutes? I'd like to get going.
We sure do appreciate the help.
Appreciate the help. Whoosh. So cool, so cool. Can't wait to... Apparently he, like, makes an appearance in Dream Drop Distance. Oh! Speaking of Dream Drop Distance, I finally bought the game. It's gonna be delivered to my house in, like, a few days. Exciting. Can't wait to play it. So this is Maleficent's coat, and those fairies, I believe those 3 fairies belong to the Sleeping Beauty
Haven't we seen this
movie.
somewhere before?
And
Yes,
I'm
indeed.
surprised that they forgot it was only 10 years ago in the Kingdom Hearts storyline when they defeated Maleficent the first time.
Remember her name. Oh dear.
They never explained why they mustn't remember the name. I wonder if they explained it in a journal entry or something.
Oh,
But
no.
it's
The
like
memories are
them
coming back.
remembering her
What do we
brought
do?
Maleficent back.
Oh,
I don't know.
what do
They
we
like
do?
you'll see she'll just sort of like pop up right here. Oh, the coat comes to life and stands up, and then the fairies get scared and run away. I don't know why this happens. If anyone has a theory, let me know. Or if it's obvious and I'm just dumb, let me know.
Hurry.
You know, they're making a Maleficent movie. I'm actually really looking forward to it. I think Angelina Jolie plays Maleficent. It looks really good. I saw the trailer, and they seem to replicate a lot of things very, very well. Like the outfit, and they even replicated the fire well. Like they did a good job of taking that green fire that she has and making it look more realistic, but still have the same style as the cartoon, I guess. So I'm really looking forward to it. It seems like it's going to be... I'm thinking it's going to be kind of like Wicked. I've never seen Wicked, but from what I understand, Wicked is like the Wizard of Oz from the witch's point of view or something.
How you doing?
So I'm thinking that Maleficent might be Sleeping Beauty from Maleficent's perspective. Whatever, it looks good, and I'm going to see it. Then again, only seen the trailer once. And I see pretty much
Only one?
every movie, or at least all the good ones.
That's no good.
This is weird how they
We know.
talk and have text. I don't know why they did that. If they have voice, make it a cutscene. So this is the new like gummy ship world. I'm gonna like spin around. You can dash to go faster. I will do that all the time. But notice how you can just travel from one world to the next. Very convenient. A lot better than the other game. Love it. They kept the same. That's one of my cats. If you heard that, ugh. Please don't get picked up on the microphone. Okay, so you're gonna enter Hallow Bastion. Yay, familiar world. It was the second to last world you met in the first game. It's the second world you meet in this game. Woohoo! And this game replaces. I'm sorry, not this game. This world replaces Traverse Town. Traverse Town does not appear in this game, and for a good reason, because Traverse Town was supposed to be the place where, if your world was destroyed, you go here. Well, all the worlds were restored, so all the worlds are fine. There's no need for a Traverse Town. A lot of people were upset that Traverse Town was gone, but there's a good reason for it to be gone, so I have no problem with it. Besides, Hallow Bastion is huge. It's gigantic. It's like 3 or 4 times larger than any other world in this game. I love it. Yay, Moogle. So this is this is a weird area in the game. It's got all these shops and, you know, again, all these people that as soon as I get control of Sora, they just vanish. Where do they go? Anyway, I will never buy anything from these shops. In fact, I will only probably synthesize my armor, like to save the king, save the queen, for all that. And I don't know. I just don't buy. I don't buy things typically. There's no need to, but you know, this is proud mode, and I'm talking while I'm playing, so my gameplay is probably going to be a little worse than normal. Not it's yes. We're gonna fight. Don't be so sad, Goofy. We're gonna fight, and it's gonna be fun. That's why I play this game, to mash some X buttons and fight some people. Okay, here we go. The marketplace. There we go. So I will never visit this place again unless the story requires me to. This is Moogles. You can synthesize stuff. I'll get into that later. I'm sure I'll talk about it later. This right here is a little side story. I'm not even sure you need to do this. I always talk to him though, for whatever reason. I know what he's gonna say. That's Uncle Scrooge. If you've seen him from like the Disney interpretation of A Christmas Carol, and he's trying to recreate like his childhood flavor ice cream. What that flavor is, they don't tell you until the very end of the game, or at least near the end of the game. Yeah, that looks pretty gross. I wouldn't have licked that. It looked like, you know, dirt layered and soggy milk. I don't know, it just didn't look good at all. I wouldn't have licked that at all, ever. Yes, look around. So that right there is like the town's defense mechanism, I guess. It's a really crappy defense mechanism because it doesn't help at all, really. I mean, I think it does a tiny bit of damage. Hey, Yuffie. It does a tiny bit of damage and it launches enemies in the air, but it seems to me it just throws off reaction commands that I could have used and combos that I could have done. So to me, it kind of hinders me. At least it feels like it. I don't know. Yay, defeat the nobodies. They're no longer mysterious enemies. They are nobodies. See, it just launched him in the air. So if you're doing like that, if you're doing that trick I told you with just like the reversal and then hit, reversal, hit. Okay, that nobody, that's a samurai, right? Now, unless I'm mistaken, samurais are the nobodies that Roxas controls, because as I mentioned, every nobody is controlled by somebody except for, I think, creepers and dusks. So why would samurais be here? Because Roxas, spoiler alert, isn't behind this. I don't know. No, I've never. I guess I don't remember there being samurais there ever.
What did you expect?
It has been a while since I played this game.
Great.
See, I like how her outfit's changed
Hey,
too.
Yuffie, have you seen the king and Riku?
It's pretty cool. Nope.
But but I had a feeling I'd see you guys again.
We may never meet again.
That pinky
We'll never
is really
forget each
curled
other.
there.
Is that supposed
There a
to
reason
be
for that?
Leon?
Rub the nose, yes.
Everybody's
Woo!
working on stuff over at Merlin's house. Come on.
So before I go into Merlin's house, I'm probably gonna open some boxes. Cause it's what I do. I gotta open boxes. It's like a and fight some guys. I gotta fight some guys and open boxes. Kill some soldiers. Hop up here. I might miss one. Don't tell me, please. It'll just drive me nuts. I'll have to. If you tell me that I missed stuff, I'm gonna have to go back and get it. And that just takes time from the Let's Play that you'd like to watch me progress. I don't have magic yet. Yay! Cyclone. I like that cyclone command. It's really fast and it's really cool. It knocks them in the air and it can get a whole row of guys. I wish that other enemies allowed you to do that. I'm kind of, I've been playing a little bit of Birth by Sleep, and I'm trying to like determine whether I like the command deck better than reaction command. And I kind of do, kind of don't, because I liked reaction commands because they made fights more memorable. I could, like, there was, jeez, how are these little guys killing? But I liked, because, it made the boss fight more memorable. I remember that boss fight with the Twilight Thorn? That was awesome. There were so many cool things that happened, all those reaction commands and the weird things he did. But now, but then again, it did make the game incredibly easy. So I wish that they would maybe do more boss-specific, like maybe only during bosses did reaction commands exist, and they were rare and like at certain parts of the game. Like, for instance, when he got to like a 3/4 health, you would do one reaction command, and it would do a cool series of events. And when you got to half health, it would do it, then 4th health, it would do it, and then you would end the boss fight with the reaction command. You would still, so it wouldn't like show up randomly, therefore making it easier necessarily. So I don't know. I think that would be fun. But I definitely like the command deck idea. It's really a nice idea. So let's go into Merlin's house. Let's get back in here. A lot easier to find than in the first game. Do you know how long it took me to find Merlin's house in the first game? The fire door, use the fire magic on it. I don't know, man.
Meet the Hallow Bastion Restoration Committee.
While I do like this game better than all the Kingdom Hearts games combined, I do miss some of the interactivity with the world, if that makes sense. I liked how in Traverse Town you could use magic on things and it would change things. You could put out candles and torches with Blizzard. You could, remember, you had to activate that one door by using thunder on that circuit. You had to use fire on Merlin's door. I really like that stuff. It's like hidden things. I love hidden things. I love hidden Easter eggs and all that goofy stuff. I love it, and not enough games do it, I think.
It doesn't matter. This is
So,
great.
if you're listening, game developers, which you're probably not, add more goofy hidden Easter eggs. Not Easter eggs like, oh, if you look at if you like go into Call of Duty and go into theater mode or whatever the heck they call it there, you can find a teddy bear somewhere. I'm talking about like a hidden map or level, or a hidden enemy you can fight, or a boss fight. Like in I think in one of the Gears of War, you can have like there's a hidden boss fight. I like stuff like that, an actual
You mean like nobodies and
Easter egg that's fun to do, not just like, oh, I did it.
Sounds
That's
like
a
you
hidden
could
thing.
use our help.
Then let's cut to the chase.
Let's cut to the chase.
Sora.
Also, I think this is the first time Sid or Kid, the guy with the yellow hair. If it's Sid, I'm gonna say Sid. If it's Kid, tell me. Again, I haven't played Final Fantasy, so I wouldn't know or care. But I think this is the first time you actually hear his voice. In the first game, I think he only talked through those
Just
text
think
bubbles.
of it as a sort of Leon compliment.
So, yoo-hoo! Finally important enough to get a voice actor. He and Merlin do not like each other, and it's really funny how that
To the
works.
Bailey.
Really
Something
funny.
you need to see.
Oh, I thought it was you. Right on time.
Yeah, there's Merlin, speaking of the devil. So this is also the first... Okay, I think this is when you get your magic back, or at least start getting your magic back.
Splendid.
I think it gives
We'll count on
you
you.
Blizzard or Fire, one of those two.
Right.
Anyway,
Ah, yes.
this is the
Did
first
you
place
give
where you
them
can sort of
cards, dear?
grind
Oh,
your forms. And every form has a different way of getting
They're
experience.
peasants,
For the
Leon.
Valor form, you get 1 experience for every Heartless killed. Now, the problem with leveling up your drive forms is that once the drive
Hallow Bastion Restoration
gauge
Committee
empties, you have to
honorary
refill
member.
it. And you can do that by either buying or synthesizing those drive gauge fill-up packs, or whatever the heck they're called.
Hey,
Or
thanks,
by,
Leon.
you know, there are a few ways to get around it, especially with Hercules Coliseum, and there's a few other places where you can get away with it.
We're
The
supposed to be
easiest
at the
way to get
Bailey.
around it is to exit the world while in a form. It will instantly refill your drive gauge. So what you can do right here is you can exit the door, enter your form, kill a bunch of Heartless, and before it runs out, walk into the house, get on that save pad, go to the gummy ship, and then enter right back again. You'll be right in your you'll be out of your form, and the gauge will be filled. So you can just repeat that. Oh, I need to start hitting the should have been hitting the X button there. Not just a cutscene; it's an interactable cutscene. Anyway, to the Bailey. Let's do it. I think I might be able to knock out all of this Hallow Bastion stuff right now. That's awesome. Yeah, magic. Let's equip magic. Oh. Okay, so magic works differently in this game, blah blah blah, blah blah blah. Oh, and that's form stuff. Oh, okay, customize. Okay, Blizzard is on... I think that's where I normally put it. I'm gonna keep it there, that's fine. Okay, so let's go to the Bailey. I might knock out Hallow Bastion right now in this one part. It might push this part to be, what, 40 minutes? Maybe longer, but I don't care, I'm going for it. Because I'd like to split videos, like 1 or 2 videos per world. That would be really nice and be organized, and I could, you know, I got a, I don't have dodge roll yet. No, there's no dodge roll in this game. No. Okay. They replaced dodge roll with like a slide. It's the same thing, but you have to, again, for abilities like that, you have to level up your forms, because the forms teach you abilities like high jump, that slide, like a aerial spin, which is effectively a double jump, and then glide. Those 4 you learn from your forms, and unlike in the first game where it's like, oh hey, you just unlock super jump or whatever it's called, you have to level it up, and it gets better and better as you level up your forms. Is that supposed to be like a huge like crowd of Heartless? To me, it looks like sparkly water, or like not oil, sparkly oil or something. It's yeah, water. In the world where I come from, in my mind, water is creepy dark brown, black stuff. No. It looks like weird oil. I'm not sure exactly if that's what it's supposed to be. And that. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, it's more... Only 2, though. Only 2. Also, look how far away that castle is! How did they see that pile of whatever underneath that, like, torn apart castle? They have the best eyes ever! Look at that!
There's this guy, Pete, who's been going around plotting with the Heartless. But he's not smart enough to tie his own shoes. The ones we need
I just instantly had a vision of like Maleficent tying Pete's shoes, and now that Maleficent's gone, Pete's like, oh darn it, Maleficent, she's not here. I don't know where she is. I can't take my shoes off until she gets back.
You're doing well.
Who's that?
This calls for a celebration.
Woohoo! Who are those mysterious voices? Donald and Goofy just go out and do their own thing. I don't know what they do. For some reason, at this point, Donald and Goofy just run off, and they're no longer in your party. Don't know why they do that. You do get Leon, even though he for some reason doesn't count. See, he's not there. He is in your party. Ooh, I got some abilities. Let me... Oh, my Valor form. Let's get rid of that so they're not new anymore. Okay. Woohoo! Okay, let's fight some nobodies! I don't know why protecting the gate's so important. They never explained why. Okay. I'm gonna be quiet here because, again, early in the game is harder for me for whatever reason. I guess I'm just really good at getting ahead of the curve level-wise. I guess I typically... Ow! I guess I'm not good at this. I just had a thought. I'm not good at the game. I just level up to the point where it's easy. That's probably what's going on. I typically don't use magic, but these guys are dropping magic bubbles, so I'm gonna do it. Cannot wait to get Cure. I think you get that at Beauty and the Beast's world or not. I can't remember. I'm gonna get rid of... Oh, I just used the full potion. Oh, our high potion. No. This isn't Pokemon. There's no full potion. Oh, crap. Wait. Oh! Okay, that's dual stance, and what that does is pretty much it picks... Oh god. Magic. Samurais scare me. I don't know why. They just, especially early on. Oh god. I'm running away. I'm a wimp. So that dual stance, what it does is it effectively like picks it. Oh. I'm trying to tell you something informative, but I can't because I'm scared. Oh. Okay, so ow. Okay. Okay, there we go. More? What the heck? Okay, so dual stance. It's pretty much a reaction command that can both hurt you and devastate you. It pretty much makes, again, as you saw, it makes all of your like little commands there, the attack, magic, items, drive. It takes all of that. Oh, I can't. You see, I can't use drive because I don't have an ally to sort of sacrifice for it. Anyway, so it makes them all question marks, and then one of them at random will say the end. Woohoo! I win. So it says the end, and you have to get down there, and you have to hit X and select it as fast as you can. I think you have like a second to do it. And if not, they will slice you, and it can do a lot of damage. In fact, I think it probably would have killed me if I didn't get it right there. I got really lucky and hit it right away. What I typically do is I put, as you saw, I put the little marker on the second one from the top, so that I can go either tap the up button once or the down button twice. It's just easier for me to tell which one to go to. Man, that was driving me nuts. You see, Organization 13 is like, what, 6 here? See, you can tell all the coats are different. Ever so slightly. The stances are different. You can tell who they all are.
Good. Now we can settle this.
What a shame.
And that Xemnas, you know, he's the boss. Of course, you don't know his name yet, but you can pretty much assume he's the boss because he's the one in the front and the one who's talking. You see, that doesn't look like the one on the left in Yen Sid's tower, does it? Because that is,
Move.
His name is
polite. Shutting me down.
Zigbar. There we go, Zigbar.
I said get out of the way.
As if.
As if. I love how all the characters have their own little... They have personalities, even though they really shouldn't, but I guess they remember their personalities, and therefore they act based on their memories.
That would work. If
I were just any old dude.
Except I'm not.
Except I'm not. I love the way he talks. It's awesome. Nothing any old about
Tough talk
me.
for someone who stood on the sidelines while his nobody flunkies did the fighting.
Oh dear. Sounds like you got the wrong impression.
I think you got the wrong
I think you got the wrong impression. You can tell I played the game a ton. I know all the lines.
Why don't I remind you how tough the crowd you're dealing with really is?
Remind me?
You see, he can't remember Castle Oblivion. Also,
that's right.
They might be talking about... They also have this constant thing about them thinking that Sora isn't Sora. And they'll talk about that later. And, you know what? Screw it. I'm going to spoil the game. The game is, what, 7 years old now? I'm going to spoil it. Spoiler alert from now until the end of the Let's Play. That's Zigbar, and Roxas is Sora's nobody, and they keep... And Roxas somehow, like, rejoined with Sora, but didn't. He's, like, within Sora, but not really within Sora yet. And I think Roxas would give Zigbar that same look, because Sora and Zigbar have never met. He was not part of the Castle Oblivion team. It's sort of funny that he randomly decides to pull that out. I mean, it's really nice because it's the dramatic reveal for... the new, like, keyhole to seal off the world. Also, I don't know what the big deal about sealing off the world is. I'm not sure what it accomplishes because Heartless still show up after you seal the world. I love this animation way better before. Before he would just pull the Keyblade out, point it, like 5 like star things would like float to it, and then it would just shoot a little beam of light. Here, look at this. This is awesome. Little beam shoots up at like light explosion, like cloud warp tunnels, and look at that, waving the Keyblade, super awesome. That's just amazing. And also, when he has different forms, like in the first game he had his mermaid form, and like he does different motions if his form is different enough. Which is awesome, I love it. Oh, now I get it.
That must have been the gate Yen Sid talked about.
That's the gate.
Sorry to run, Leon, but other worlds are calling.
Look at that, I beat Hallow Bastion.
13.
This episode's kind of long.
They look tough.
It's almost 41 minutes right now, but you know, I don't care. Long part for you. It's been like a week and a half since I recorded my last part. I'm glad to get back in this. Anthem's report. I love those reports. They're the only part of the journal that are actually fun to read. So pretty much when you seal a gate like that, it unlocks other worlds. So next part, I'm gonna knock out Land of Dragons, I think.
What happened to Twilight Town?
Yeah, see? Twilight Town. I mentioned I had a premonition about this like 3 parts ago. You just can't go back to it for whatever reason. They never explain why. So I'm gonna unlock those next part. So I think this was a good part. I actually talked for most of it. I had a good time. So let's save here. Ignore that save file. Ignore it. Anyway, thank you for watching part 6. Goodbye.